Y'all set time?
I think so.
All right.
How are you guys? Yeah. Whatever it is,
Well, I'm gonna just start sitting in the chair.
Going down a little bit. Sure. Yeah.
All right, we'll call meeting to order. Matt's gonna lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Privilege of the floor. I hear there's a couple of people that would like to address the board. If you want to introduce yourselves, and
We could do that.
we'll give you 5 minutes. I'm gonna start with that because last time I didn't say that. And our meeting was way too long, and when we wound up with 8 pages of minutes.
We don't need any of that,
meeting was too long.
No, thank you very much. I'm Donette Hoteling. I'm the Senior Vice President and New York Market Manager of Wayne Bank. So simply here, I actually live on Elk Creek, and Michelle is from our Andy's office. She's our Andy's office, community office manager. And so we were just here simply to introduce ourselves, kind of get to meet everybody, and just come to a meeting. Was that short enough?
That was very short.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Matt Kristen, I'm one of the council in the hearing.
Bill Cairns, also one of the council people.
I'm Janet Tweed. I'm Al Perkins, I'm the deputy supervisor.
Mark Hill, supervisor.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Good to see some new faces. I see enough of some of these characters. Why is everybody looking at you, Tom?
You're the only ones performing tonight.
Anybody else like to address the board? All right, moving on. Approval of the minutes. The first change I came up with is the meeting was actually on December 11th. But then Al read in more detail than I did, so.
Well, I have given Elsa some of the changes, and I don't know if I need to go through that. I suppose I probably should point it out to the other members. Page 2, in the middle of the page during Judge Gumo and my conversation, you'll read that it says the board discriminates against his staff, and where I stated they did not, they should be discriminate, not disseminate. I don't think we did that, did we?
Hopefully we don't do either one, but.
Also, just a minor one, where we were speaking about the pool, again, it was a conversation with Mr. Gumo and myself, and on page 3, down towards the bottom of that conversation, it just said, talking about unpaid debt of the pool, where are you? And it should say with that instead of will that. That's not a big deal. And the last thing was over on page 6, under the recreation, when we were talking about the cost of the monitoring, the heat and so on, the actual number that should be in there, instead of $11,000, it should be $1,712.59. Well, I think that is a little more comfortable to live with.
Rounded.
Nelson just rounded up.
Yeah, just rounded.
And I think that was the only thing I'd say.
Thank you. I'll make those changes.
Any changes or corrections to the year-end meeting from December 28th or the organizational meeting on January 3rd? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept all 3 sets of minutes with the changes that Al.
So move.
Second. All in favor?
Hi.
Carried. Old business, anything new to report, Matt, on,
No, sorry, I don't have
Charter.
any report from them.
okay.
I mean, the ball is in their court though, for sure.
Right. Okay, new business. I hope you didn't kill 42 trees and make a copy of this for everybody.
Absolutely not.
We've got a letter from Abigail Addington May from North Attleboro, Massachusetts. Their family had the seasonal property on Platinum Brook Road since 1942. And they're writing a letter asking for us to support their request for the U.S. Board of Geographic Names to have him honored by naming the family farm Wetzel's Wood. So, it was Wetzel Swartz who grew up on the farm. And they gave us a whole history of the farm and pictures and locations. And I've never had a request of this nature before, but if we are interested, there is a New York State Committee on Geographic Names that we can submit a form letter to. So, and there's more information on the farm itself. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll pass this around, everybody can take a look at it, and we don't have to decide tonight, but, everybody can take a look at it and see what they think, and, we'll go to the next meeting. Want us to do the support letter, or not?
Do you have any initial feelings as to why we wouldn't?
I've actually already reviewed it because I had a copy sent to my place of employment.
Okay, so you already said.
I don't see any reason not to support it.
Yeah,
I intend to.
like I said, I've never seen a request like that, but I don't have a problem with it. You know, it's basically.
Call their woods whatever they wanna call their woods, I don't care.
They can name all the trees for all I care, but, yeah, I don't, unless somebody on the board objects, you know.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to, can we just do it?
Well, is there anything that, does it change what this property actually is? Does it change the type of property or how it's?
It doesn't change the use at all.
No, it's just putting a name on it.
Maybe there's somebody who thinks it should be named something else, somebody who lives there that doesn't like the Wetzel family.
I think we're just showing our support to do it is really all they're asking.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody doesn't like it, they'll have to contact the family, it doesn't really have anything to do with us, I don't think, other than giving them the support they need to approach this organization to get it done. But I would make a motion to just do it.
Do it?
Sure.
I would second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Pool records. All pool records to be handed over to the town. Do we have all the records in one place yet, or are they?
Getting close.
We're getting
I
closer.
delivered a bunch of stuff to Elsa. They're still compiling a few things, but I think we're getting close to having just everything there.
We started to clear out our area in the storage room so that all pool records will be placed in there, and then if anyone, through board approval, needs to get in there, we will allow that. It's just that,
Well, that's the issue, because Elsa is the records management officer,
Right.
and now it is a town pool.
We're
We're responsible to have the paperwork.
We've been
available.
compiling everything from 2010 when the town officially took over, so I brought a lot of stuff down just the other day, and I go through things periodically to see if there's something else that comes up, but so far we're getting there.
Alrighty. Like I told you last meeting, I did, send in the request to extend the Parks and Recs grant. I got the, 5 sets of contract paperwork back that I need to sign and notarize. So if there's a motion to allow me to sign the Parks and Rec extension for another year,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will get those signed and notarized and back up to Albany. I think we did this almost unofficially at the organizational meeting, but need approval to sign the, planning advisory service contract with county planning for $3,500 for the year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of payment for pool project, we've got Trefferson's for $47,1190 and Isle Neat.
They handle the website?
Oh, okay. For $93.83.
Make a motion to approve those bills?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And you can let Brian know.
Yes, I will. Email Brian, yes.
Next up, under new business, approval to advertise for a new position of pool director. Is there a motion to approve putting that in?
Did you move a copy of that?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Billy already made the motion.
Oh, he did, I'm sorry,
You can
second.
All in favor?
Was this the same as the recreation director or something else?
No, it's called recreation director because the county said we have to call them that.
Oh,
But they're actually the pool director, but that's what, the county oversees how we can do
Pool
this.
/ recreation
Yeah,
director.
and we have to go by what they tell us because we're not
Okay.
smart enough to figure it out ourselves.
understood.
That's just my opinion.
Well, you can't understand because we're not that smart.
Not the
So you're
opinion of the
giving-
entire board.
You're giving me approval to, advertise that for how many weeks do you wanna advertise?
Well, it's due back on the 16th, February 16th, so, I think we should
2, 3 weeks.
at least 3 weeks, I
3
think.
weeks.
You want 3 weeks?
Yeah,
Okay,
good
the
with that?
reporter, correct?
You got, are you good with that? By the way, Tom Leo is the new chairman of the PAC committee, if, for those of you who don't know, that, he is, taking on that responsibility, so he's your guy to talk to when you have questions about certain things. Thank you.
You'll be up here next.
Oh, no.
Okay. We had a motion in the second, did we?
Yep.
Second,
All in
yeah.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we'll advertise it for 3 weeks. Okay. Committee reports, highway machinery, Darren's here. I haven't read your list to see how many things are broken, but I like that, it's operational and in service, that's good.
That seems to cover it. Wasn't as bad. The weather did let up a little bit here.
Yeah. finally
From what last
got a
month
little bit
was.
of a break. So we may still see the new tandem the end of this month?
Hopefully, right around, yep. Things got slow with the holidays.
Well, our grant disbursement contract is in the hands of the attorneys in Albany now, so
Okay.
hopefully we're almost ready for them to give us money when we get the truck.
Yeah, it'd be good timing.
So. Okay. Oh, so we got the trailer for Holland Lake too.
We did, yep.
On your
How-
top
how's-
secret bid.
How's our rebuild going on the other?
We're hoping that should be in about, well, it should be done about the same time here, the 3rd or last week of January. Ready for us to pick it up and then we'll start our end of it. Still no official word on that either though yet.
The money that O'Connor gave us, has that all been spent?
Nope, it will be once we pick that flatbed up.
Oh, that's the
So
last.
it'll be half of that, yep.
Yep. Yep, that's what that'll be going towards.
And we're just gonna have to wait for breaking the weather to go get that. Pick it up and then we'll install it ourselves.
Like I said, just keep the documentation, so we
Mm-hmm.
can turn it over to Connor Foundation. But as soon as we get that, they're good to write us the check, so. That will help. Any other questions for Darren? reports, I guess we've covered highway and machinery. Health and youth, Billy, Janet, you got anything to report?
All the youth are all healthy, as far as we know.
I doubt that the way the flu's going around right now, but hopefully.
Oh, that's right. That
Yeah.
was it.
Really, the only thing that's changed since last month is, open gym at Delaware Academy is started up for the winter season. Sundays from 1 to 4, unofficially, through March. So through the end of March.
Alright. Economic development, shared services.
Nothing new right now to report.
Okay.
You got anything, Matt?
I don't know if it's,
Well,
Yeah, we
you
went
can
to
talk
the-
about the breakfast meeting we had.
Yeah.
With Jen.
both Mark and I attended, sort of like an informal meeting with, some other representatives from, from the village and from the college, with Jen Metzger, who is now our, assembly,
State Senator.
state senator rather, sorry. So she was, simply in Delhi to meet her constituents and locally elected officials and to offer her, to express interest in supporting our initiatives. So we chatted with her about what is important to people around here. It was a nice way to start before she even took office. And she will have an office in Kingston was that where she said? Sorry.
Kingston or Middletown?
Her website says Middletown today.
Middletown, okay, I think it's Middletown, it's where Bonasec's office was.
That's it. Anyway, so, we know her now.
Yep. That was a good meeting, she asked questions and we got to, explain some of the things that were going on, and I thought it was a good meeting.
Good.
And she also expressed an interest in the ongoing negotiations with New York City. I think is going to send.
That's good to hear.
I think she's gonna send a rep to the next meeting down in Kingston, so we'll have one more elected official sending a voice to the meetings, so the more the better. Recreation Committee, Al told me we can't swim because the water's too hard.
Yeah, I went down yesterday, it's pretty hard, but at least there's water there. Just an update, I met, earlier this evening with the town of Bovina, at their town board meeting in the town of Bovina, and answered questions and so on that they had. They are considering, coming in as part of the PAC, the Pool Advisory Council. For those of you in the audience that aren't aware of what's going on, there is a separate, council that will advise the town board on the operation of the pool. And for the towns in the area that do decide to participate with the town of Delhi, and that means that they are donating towards the operating of the pool. They also have a representative that will serve on the PAC committee, and they will help to make decisions and so on how the pool is run and so on. So at this point, the town of Meredith has joined us, and Bovina is deciding probably tonight what they're gonna do. So we're hoping that they do join us. And we also, as you know, are going out to bid for the director. And as soon as that happens, once we get a director on board, we anticipate going out to bid or going out to advertise for lifeguards. But we want the director to be part of that process. We do have a meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Those meetings are public meetings. They're open to the public if they want to come to the PAC meeting and listen in to what we're doing. Following that will be a regular pool committee meeting at 7 o'clock. That committee is continuing their efforts in fundraising for our future projects, which include updating our playground, which will become a part of this whole area down there. So a lot of exciting things going on in the recreation department, and I'm hoping that more people will get involved now, and we're anticipating having the pool open for June. We just have some final things that have to be done to it as soon as the weather breaks, but, so it's exciting time, exciting time.
Alrighty. Personnel, anything
We're gonna do the annual audits for the court
for the court?
clerk and the town clerk, and they just have to be set up, so.
Alrighty. Building,
Got a few things in the works. I've spoken to 2 electricians in the last week about our lighting issues here at the town hall, and Dave Guile had initially given us a quote, and he gave the same quote again, but he also said that it would probably be 5 or 6 weeks before he could get here. So I got a couple more phone calls out. 2 other electricians, spoke with Simon's Electric this morning, it was the same thing, they're booked quite a ways out. So working on the lighting, once college is back in session, I had a meeting last week with someone in the construction technology program up there. They have a class that focuses on designing projects and putting together the material lists and whatnot to do it. And they're quite interested in taking a look at the courtroom to see if there is a better layout for it. So once school's back in session, I'll probably be having a meeting with an individual and the judge.
okay. And we did have a heat issue yesterday. The filter plugged on the furnace. Why is up for debate, but we got a new filter and everything is running fine again, so. Everybody wants to blame the other person, but we have heat, so it's all good. IT,
Well, we've discussed at great length, and Jenna, I think that we should post the meetings on YouTube, if that's something that you all agree with.
why is Lillian laughing?
Because we came up with the idea about 12 seconds.
12 seconds ago.
Does
We
anybody?
don't have the backing to go on Netflix.
I don't know, some nights we could go on WWE.
Yeah, no, I think it's a smart thing to do, and it demonstrates transparency, and we have nothing to hide, so we should share.
Maybe we should. No, I probably,
People would like to see
yeah,
it.
I don't think it would be that difficult to do at this point, so.
I think that's a real good idea.
So, yeah, go ahead and see what we need to do to make it happen.
Okay.
Code enforcement, Billy.
Yes, there is. For the month of December, there were 4 building permits issued, 10 inspections/meetings, 4 in-office conferences, and Dale traveled 97 miles in the course of his duties.
We just done our inspections and meetings, that was not me.
I wondered, but I wasn't gonna go public with it.
That was my mom and dad's. All right, is there a motion to approve the code enforcement monthly report?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on, Justice Court report.
Make a motion to approve the Justice Court report.
Okay, is there a second? Second by Billy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carried. Clerk's monthly report and year-end report. Boy, you're efficient. I can tell my mother trained you.
She was good.
It's always a race to see who can finish the month out first, also my mom was Any questions for Elsa, or is there a motion to approve the December report and the annual report?
Let's not be so quick here.
Bring it out, Ronnie, bring it on. Wake me when you're through.
I'll make the motion that we approve them.
Is there a second?
Second, oh,
Either or, Matt or Jan, Al or Janet, either one. All in favor? Aye. Supervisor's financial report and retirement resolution, we don't have anything tonight. Maggie's got the flu, and I don't think she had all of the bank statements back yet either to do the final supervisor's report. So we'll have them at the next meeting. County report, things are fairly quiet at the moment. Chairman, vice chairman, budget officer all stayed the same.
That's good.
I guess.
I mean,
No, it's,
still,
I think we all work together pretty good, so it's, I think we're making progress. We've still got some issues to solve, but
was there any discussion about a new chairperson or no?
no. No, everybody seemed to be happy with the way things were going. I think I would say she's settling in, getting more comfortable in the job. I think she's gonna have a good year. I think we're gonna get some things done. I'm optimistic.
How about with the mental health?
Mental health, we've got a meeting, we just set it up today for February 1st at 10 o'clock in the Board of Supervisors meeting room. CNS will be down from Syracuse with some preliminary ideas. The survey is supposed to be completed this week I've been waiting for the topo lines and the elevations of the sewer mains and all that good stuff. But they're promising me they're gonna have that done this week, so that'll give CNS a chance to look at it, make sure we're not losing half a story over the length of the building or something. When it looks flat in Delaware County, it's probably about a 7 or 8% slope. And if you want to put a correction in the paper, you can correct the Daily Star for me. 'Cause
Oh,
Tina,
we'd love to do
Chris,
that.
there was kind of some confusion when Tina was kind of going over some accomplishments for the year. She said we had purchased land on Main Street for mental health. So everybody figured because she said Main Street that somehow we bought land in Delhi.
In Delhi rather than Delaware Street.
It's still Delaware Street and Walton is where the mental health building is going to be, so. If you just want to point that out, that was a misspoken, but I didn't want to interrupt. But,
Has there been any discussion about, having the towns cover the county roads for plowing in the winter? That was brought up at one of the many garage.
Some of the towns already do some road coverage for the
Spreading out
county.
to the rest of the towns.
I don't know, there's still a lot of stuff up in the air there. I don't know, it's still in discussions, but there are quite a few towns that do get paid for maintaining roads in the winter, so. And probably there could be more, but, we're all kind of waiting to see what the next proposal for DPW is, but so far it's been real quiet.
Is the demolition completed at the Page Avenue? Like they're taking down that?
there's still some walls down.
Yeah, it's, I guess as much as they're planning on taking down at this point, yes.
Yeah, they kinda have to leave the walls that are there in place because of the floodgates, was my understanding.
And it's, I'm not sure what some of the game plan is, but
There's been no big presentation about a new plan or anything like that?
the last I've heard, they're still doing site visits. I think Tina and Sue McIntyre did a site visit a week and a half ago or something, looking at another potential site.
Is it within Delta?
I don't believe so. I think it was, yeah, I won't say where, I think I know, but I'm not positive. questions?